In this episode of Ricky remembers Hahn Manila. I remember Hahn Manila. They had a store in Alley Mall in the ground floor. It was right beside Papamelroti or Papamelroti. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it was right beside the Papamelroti store in Alley Mall in Cubao. And no fail, every time we go to Alley Mall, my dad would be there and would go to Hahn Manila and visit there to check out, of course, the Swiss knives. That's what they were known for, right? And what I distinctly remember about Hahn Manila was in the display, they had that giant Victorinox Swiss knife that was moving, and there was even a warning sign on the giant Swiss knife that you shouldn't touch it because you might cut yourself. So I was always thought about, is that giant knife gonna be able to cut my finger or something? So it was, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. It was a giant Swiss knife with the knives and the scissors and the bottle opener and the can opener moving. It wasn't like a huge movement, but it was kind of moving a little bit. They warned their customers not to go too near it or to touch it or put their hands anywhere near it because they might get cut or they might, lop their fingers off. So anyway, I do remember Hahn Manila, their store in Alley Mall in Cubao, and they had another store in Green Hills, in Shopsville. I'm sure they had more stores, but the two that I remember the most was the one in Alley Mall, Cubao, and the one in Green Hills. And as I said, no fail, every time we would go shopping or we would go to those malls, my dad would have to pass by Hahn Manila. He would always be checking out the knives, the Swiss knives, and they also sold guns. I remember my dad bought his Crossman rifle, or no, it was an air gun. It wasn't a full-on rifle, it was just a handgun, but you still had to pump it. You had to pump it for the air. It was a pellet gun, Crossman air gun that he bought from Hahn Manila. And I remember my brothers and my dad taught us how to shoot it, but we would practice inside the house. I don't know how we got away with that, but that's what we did. So you know how you shoot those cans outdoors? We did it inside, and my dad taught us how to do it. He showed us how to do the crosshairs, how to aim. So he bought that, and it had those pellet guns, those aluminum pellets as ammunition or as bullets for the Crossman air gun, which he bought from Hahn Manila. He bought his share of Swiss knives from there. But no fail, every time you go to the mall, he would have to pass by Hahn Manila. So even now, or before I went to the States, every time I pass by a Hahn Manila in the mall, whether it's in Alley Mall or Green Hills in Shopsville, I would remember my dad. My dad passed away almost more than 10 years ago. So I have a soft spot in my heart for Hahn Manila because it reminds me of my dad. And my dad hated shopping, and the only store that he would go in is Hahn Manila to look at guns and knives and other manly stuff. So that's my memory of my dad and also of Hahn Manila. That's why I remember it fondly. I'm here at Best Made shop here in La Brea, here in downtown LA, in the heart of downtown LA. And they have a lot of outdoor stuff, stuff that real men buy. They have axes, they have hatchets, they have knives and toolboxes and campfire stuff or general camping stuff. And it just reminded me of my dad, how he would have loved this store because he loved Hahn Manila and looking at guns and knives and rifles and other manly stuff. So it just made me think of him, and it reminded me of him. And I remember Hahn Manila in Alley Mall and in Green Hills. So there you have it. That's our episode of Ricky Remembers for today. It's a rainy Saturday here in California. As I mentioned, we're here in La Brea Avenue in downtown LA. And I'm right in front of Best Made Company. This is their California store, their only California store. They also have one in New York. So they only have 2 of these existing. So it's a pretty cool store. You should check it out if you're visiting LA. So this has been Ricky Remembers. That's your episode for today. If you want to leave a comment at the bottom and subscribe to the channel, just go ahead and click the subscribe button. And thank you for watching.